Hey guys, Casual Chrono here. In this video, we are going to do our Vares pulls. So the patch just dropped, today is Friday, so about a day ago. And a few banners are out right now. Hizuka's is about to end. We got Lokido, Myris still going on, and then the Azure Retainer. Vares. He's a brand new character in the game, so aside from the people that have already pulled before me, no one has any copies of him. What else is going on? The Shade one's about to end. By the time you watch this, it's probably over. Let's see. Paid. Star Dream Encounter's going on. That's a nice one. If you're not familiar with the Star Dream Encounter, it's paid, so only paying players can get it. But you basically receive a Star Dreams piece, and you first, I haven't done it since I don't pay, but you use the Star Dreams piece to basically get a 10 pull, and then you can select one 5-star character, pretty much any character up to a certain version. So the only allies released for this particular SDE, version 3, 12, 10, and earlier, which is still most of them. So if you're looking for one specific character, look for these Star Dream Encounters. They're about the only thing in the game that guarantees you a character if you spend money. Alright, let's see. This one is free. Well, free and paid. So this one, 3 times max, shadow characters. On the 10th ally encounter, you get 1 5-star from this list, so it's guaranteed. So if you are missing significant numbers of these people, it might be worth pulling. Sesta, probably the biggest win for anyone that does not have Sesta AS. This is your chance, basically a 10% chance to get her, not factoring in the other 9 pulls, of course. Monalka is still useful. Looks like you can get either of her styles. And of the others, Cyan Scyther is pretty useful, I believe. Zilva has his uses, Yakumo has his uses. Not a bad banner, but if you're missing Sesta and you have the stones, I would probably recommend pulling this one all 3 times trying to get her. It's not like she has a better chance than 10% to drop from anything else. There's a light version as well. These are the 10 characters you can get from light. This one, Valette, if you don't have her and you want to build a Thunder team, she's extremely helpful. El Seal, very helpful for water teams. If you don't have any form of Nikoko or Shiguri, you can get their AS forms. Now, their ES forms are the ones that are primarily used these days, but in order to side grade them, you have to have at least 1 form, so if you don't have either one at all, those wouldn't be too bad. Annabelle has her uses, not currently meta in my opinion. The others, not really used much at all. Again, if you're looking for Xion ES, for example, this one does result in normal style Xion, so you could pull him and then farm up the codices. So, but a 10% chance 3 times, so if you have, 6,000 stones total, you could pull and max out on both the light and the shadow pulls. The rest, I believe, were pretty much paid, so I don't know too much about any of them. Anyway, I'm not going to make this a very long video. I want to actually start playing the new content tonight or tomorrow. So we are going to get into it, and where is Azure Retainer? So, my philosophy when pulling, if there's like an AS style or an ES style and I already have the character, I usually skip them completely. I'm a free-to-play. Stones are not that common. I used up pretty much all my stones going for Shiguri Altar, never did get him, and I finally did get enough opuses to get him, but pretty much since then I've just been saving my stones, and I have 7,000. So for a brand new character, I usually, completely new, no extra styles, anything. Brand new character, I usually go 5 times. Why 5? The 5th time does give me the Atlas Tome. So if in the future I ever get a 4-star version of the character, I could immediately upgrade them. Now, you don't have to do what I do. You know, some people set limits, maybe 2 pulls only, maybe 3 pulls only, maybe just a single pull, whatever. But we don't know what's coming up, so I do like to save some stones. And honestly, I've looked at his skills, and he's good. He's better than some of the recent releases, but he doesn't seem like a must-have to me. He's a Shade character, and the Shade team overall is kind of weak, and while he's a decent Shade character, I don't think he suddenly catapults the Shade team into being comparable to like a good Wind team, obviously, a Thunder team, Fire team, any of the ones that are really used a lot, Crystal, some of the weapon zones. So it'll be nice to get them. I'd like to get them. I do like to collect characters. As of right now, not including him, I am only missing 4 characters in the game: Sazanka, Mezrika, Kagurame, and then the free character Levia, just because I can't be bothered to finish fishing. So I don't have him either, obviously, and I like to get him. Just for completion's sake, just so I can create teams. If you all have questions about him, I can access him and try to answer those questions. So that's kind of my motivation for pulling right now. It'll be nice if I get him. If I get him before 5,000 stones, I will immediately hold on to the rest, even if it's a 4-star. That's kind of my philosophy. Unless it's like a must-get character, like the next Cesta AS. I'm stopping the second I get him, even if it's 4-star. So the drop rates, as always, are abysmal. I have a very tiny chance, less than 1%, of getting him, at least at 5-star. I guess if you add the 5-star and 4-star together, it's a 1.2% chance of getting him entirely. So almost 99% chance of being disappointed. But those are the rates in the game. That's about the best rates we get, aside from those occasional 10% banners like I mentioned earlier. So without dragging this out, let's see what we get today. And for our first 10 pull, we start with Miyu. She was an early member of my Thunder team. Rovella, devs haven't done much with him, so maybe he's due for something. Bivette, she had a cat side story, which was kind of fun, but haven't really heard from her since. Alright, some 3-star doors. I always wanted to get her AS style, and I never did. And now I can't quite justify the chant scripts for Ferran AS. She's not really meta anymore. Soira, again, she's got to have probably over 210 light at this point. Alright. Robot. I think this is the 10th door. Oh look, it's Palm. It's always Palm. At some point... In fact, I'm going to take a look really quick. At some point, Palm is going to hit 255 light. Board, staff, fire. Where is Palm? Palm is at 211 light. Which, if you are not aware, if you have a gacha character that reaches 255 light, then if you encounter them again in the gacha, they actually start giving like luring shadows or guiding lights. So it's actually kind of nice if you can max out a gacha character. All right, this is the right one. Yes. All right, pull number 2. At least that's what I've read about 255 gacha characters. I don't have any yet. Palm is probably the closest. Wonder if I'll get a few more before this is over. All Alright, Lily, one of my first character development videos. Io, yet another character that the devs really haven't done anything with. Cuervo. He's got a decent amount of points. He's probably in the 150s or so. We got a 4-star May. EA. Okay. Lavinia. And Nomar, who we have not done anything with either. Alright. Pull number 2, pretty big bust overall. No gold doors yet. Alright. Third pull. Another Cuervo. And his buddy Nonald. And then back to the sisters. This one's looking about as good as the previous one. Come on, Spook Gold Door? Nope. I mean, there was a little bit of gold through the window, but... I'll take a 4-star Vares. I'd be very happy with that. But we get Arena instead. Alright. Third one down, we got from the Star Trails a Faded Star Fragment. So, yay. Alright, round 4 out of 5. And if you're a free-to-play player like me, it's do your best to resist any temptations of blowing those stones. Alright, 7. Set yourself some limits and stick with them. Komachi. Back to the 3 stars. Really? 2 right in a row. Alright, Brino. Oh, I thought that was the last one. Alright. This has turned out to be a pretty bad session. Alright. Last one. We'll get our Atlas Tome, and then if he spooks me in the future, I can 5-star him if I want to. Denny. They should do like a pirate one. There's a few characters that we could probably... Alright. I don't know, guys. I think it's probably going to be a wash here. Not really getting anyone of any interest. It's like, it explodes. It's like, yay, you got a 4-star. And it's like Samora. It's like, really? Okay. Alright, not looking like any 5 stars. And no real interesting 4 stars. Yep, okay. That was it. We are done. That was a pretty bad pull session, but we do have his tome, should it pop along. Unfortunately, I'll have to add Vares to the list of characters I am missing all forms of, but I am not going to keep pushing my luck. I have 2,000 stones towards whatever comes along next, and let's face it, there will be hopefully some pretty awesome characters before too long. Just to give a general update of where my characters are. Oops, wrong person. I do have every single altar character. I have not gotten enough tomes for any of them, but I have made some more progress. Dewey, I could go out and buy his last treatise. Did I say tomes earlier? I did. Memoirs. Dewey just needs 1. Izuka needs 3. Same with Komachi. Myris. I actually got one to drop pretty quickly. A little surprised about that, so I need at least 2 more before I could buy the rest. Haven't seen Raven's drops lately. He's only dropped 1 treatise. Shion has 4 now, so I could run off to Nopal, buy the 5th one, and awaken him if I wanted to. But again, I don't have a strong need for him right now. It's not like there's a boss that I'm trying to beat or a challenge I'm trying to overcome that absolutely requires him. So I don't feel the need to use Nopal gems. I'm content to hopefully let the last one drop. Same here. I could run off to Nopal and buy the last 2 treatises if I wanted to. And Suzette is... I got her 3rd one recently, so with her, I could go to Nopal. So of these characters, the 1, 2, 3, 4, of these 8 characters, what was it, at least 4? 4 or 5? I've already forgotten. Nope. About half of them. We'll just go with that. About half of them, if I really, really needed them immediately, I could run off to Nopal and awaken them right now. I have enough gems and I have enough chance scripts. But as always, I really kind of evaluate how badly do I need them. It's not like chance scripts are left and right dropping either. So I am content right now just to keep running my red keys and green keys and hoping that some of them drop. So, alright, not quite sure how long I rambled this time, but there you go. We tried, we failed, but you know what? That's part of Gotcha life. So, anyway, good luck to you all if you're pulling for Vares. Casual Crono, signing out.